What's up, everybody? This is the Sports League Podcast. Back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak, and we have a great episode as this is the 2024 NFL preseason Hall of Fame game recap. The Bears versus the Texans. And if you're like me, a diehard NFL fan, you're so excited that the season is back. We get to sit back and watch some football on the TV and break it down and just enjoy it. From here on out, there's going to be football every week until like February. So it's amazing. It's a great time of year. All the teams are in training camp, and the games are officially starting. So let's get into this game, the Texans and the Bears. We all want to watch the starters play, but in the Hall of Fame game, the starters never play. They haven't played for a really long time, and I saw some people making a big deal about Caleb Williams not playing. Of course, we wanted Caleb Williams to play. I don't. This isn't a player decision. This is a coaching decision. For whatever reason, Matt Eberflus and the staff felt that Caleb shouldn't play in this game. He'll play in the next preseason game, and he'll get plenty of time here in the preseason. And the biggest key is health, right? Be healthy, start week one, and that's where the majority of your developing and learning is going to come in the regular season, not in the preseason. But it did suck that there weren't any starters playing. No C.J. Stroud for the Texans, no Caleb Williams for the Bears. And the Texans, they're coming off a season where they shocked a lot of people. They weren't expected to be a very good team last year. And the rookie quarterback, CJ Stroud, comes in and has an unbelievable season. And the rookie head coach, D'Amico Ryans, and leads this team to the playoffs and wins the division, wins the AFC South, wins a playoff game against the Browns. So that's what the Bears are trying to achieve is now they've got their rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams, and they're hoping that he can put together an unbelievable rookie season, much like C.J. Stroud did last year. So let's get into this game. The Texans start quarterback Davis Mills, and I said he was in midseason form as he comes out and right out the bat leads the Texans on an opening drive touchdown. Long drive culminating in a 9-yard touchdown pass to tight end Tegan Quitoriano. So the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The Bears start quarterback Tyson Bagent. He leads the team down. He gets down to the Texans' 37-yard line, but on 4th and 1, the drive ends when tight end Tommy Sweeney false starts, forces them to a 4th and 6, and then the Bears have to punt. Texans take a 10-0 lead on a Kaimi Fairbairn 33-yard field goal. And so the Texans get out 10-0 lead in the Hall of Fame game. The Bears then go to quarterback Brett Rippon, and he comes in and starts ripping it. I mean, excuse the analogy there, but that's what he was doing. He was balling out. He played with confidence, and he played very well. He leads the Bears on an 80-yard drive, ending with a 20-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Colin Johnson to get the Bears on the board. It's 10-7 Texans at this point. And you're going to hear a lot about Brett Rippon and Colin Johnson in this recap. So it's 10-7 Texans. Then Case Keenum comes in for Houston, leads them on a 70-yard drive, completing a 4-yard touchdown pass to running back Cam Akers. And it's nice to see Cam Akers back out there after suffering a nasty Achilles injury last season. He combines for 31 yards and a touchdown. And Cam Akers, I've always been a big fan, and he played well coming off that injury in this preseason game. Gets a touchdown in the first half. So it's 17-7 Texans. And that score was with less than 2 minutes left in the first half. So you're thinking that's going to be the end of the half. But Brett Rippon comes back out and executes a perfect 2-minute drive, leading the Bears to a 22-yard touchdown pass to tight end Tommy Sweeney. Sweeney started the game out rough with that false start and a fumble, but makes up for it with a touchdown catch here. And the Bears cut the Texans' lead to 17-14 at halftime. The Bears come out and to start the second half. Brett Rippon again leads the Bears on another touchdown drive to start the second half, connecting again with Colin Johnson on a 9-yard touchdown pass. The Bears take a 21-17 lead. Colin Johnson absolutely balls out in this game. 3 catches for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns, and had another big catch that was called incomplete on review. I thought he caught it, but on replay you can see the ball move a little bit when he goes to the ground. They overturned it, but still a great performance by Colin Johnson in the Hall of Fame game, as well as Brett Rippon, who was playing great. Texans kicker Kami Fairbairn misses a 58-yard field goal attempt, and then shortly after that, the game is delayed and then called due to thunderstorms, large thunderstorms coming into the area that were going to last a while. So the Bears get the win 21-17. We don't get a full game, but we get a little appetizer, right? We get a little taste of what's to come this season, even the rest of this preseason. We get a little bit of football. It just whets the appetite, and I had a lot of fun watching this, and especially with the performances of Brett Rippon and Colin Johnson. Brett Rippon throws for 11 of 15 for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Solid performance for him. Khalil Herbert, 4 runs for 35 yards. He's an excellent number 2 running back behind DeAndre Swift. Colin Johnson, like we said, a big game for him. And to that point, Colin Johnson, I have always liked. He's a 5th-round pick out of Texas. And I think he's got potential to compete for that wide receiver 5 spot there along with Tyler Scott. I'm not a fan of Velus Jones. He was a 3rd-round pick a couple years ago, and that's been a failed experiment. I remember some Bears Twitter calling him Debo Light, and he's been anything but. He's been the exact opposite. He can't even impact the team on special teams, you know? So I think it's time to cut Velus Jones. The Bears put Dante Pettis back there to return a punt, and he muffed it. Goes right through his hands, recovered by the Texans. What's Dante Pettis doing on this team either? Like, I would cut both Dante Pettis and Velus Jones. I'd go with Colin Johnson. I'm not really seeing the value in those 2 receivers. Colin Johnson's the man, though, and we'll see if he continues to perform like this in the preseason the rest of the way. And, but he's got potential for a 5th-round pick out of Texas. Tommy Sweeney did all right. 3 catches for 47 yards and a touchdown. Made up for that fumble and that false start. He is, he's buried in that tight end room, but has a chance to compete for number 3 behind Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett. So we'll see how that goes for him. Byron Cowher, a defensive tackle, records a sack and 2 tackles for loss. Cairo Santos, 3 for 3 on extra points. For the Houston Texans, Davis Mills performed solidly. He's an excellent backup. He might not be a starter in the NFL, but he's an excellent backup. Throws 10 for 13 for 102 yards and a touchdown, no turnovers. Case Keenum as well. You remember him? He's been in the league for a while. Solid backup. Famous for the Minneapolis Miracle with the Vikings and Stephon Diggs. He throws 7 of 9 for 78 yards and a touchdown, no turnovers. Cam Akers, like we talked about, combines for 31 yards and a touchdown. How about 6th-round pick wide receiver? It's the 2nd-year Xavier Hutchinson for the Houston Texans. 5 catches for 56 yards. Xavier Hutchinson out of Iowa State. He's got potential. Him and Colin Johnson, both some solid young receivers that have potential to stick around in this league for a while and make some impact. The issue for Xavier Hutchinson is that wide receiver room in Houston is loaded. You got Nico Collins, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, John Mechie, Robert Woods, Noah Brown, and so you're down here competing with Steven Sims and Ben Skowronek. So it's going to be a tough go around. But Xavier Hutchinson has a good game in the Hall of Fame game, and nice to see for him. How about rookie tight end Cade Stover for the Texans? 2 catches for 26 yards. And for a fourth round pick out of Ohio State, he's got a chance to make some immediate impact as a rookie. He's got a real good chemistry with CJ Stroud going back to Ohio State. They consider each other like brothers. So I think you're going to see that natural chemistry that's already there. CJ Stroud's going to get the ball to Cade Stover. So I think he's got a chance to emerge as the second tight end behind Dalton Schultz. Maybe move Brevin Jordan to tight end number 3 and open the door for Cade Stover. I think he's going to be have an impactful rookie year. And nice to see him get on the field, get a couple catches in the Hall of Fame game. Also, Texans rookie safety Kalen Bullock out of USC, third-round pick, combines for 3 tackles and forces a fumble in the Hall of Fame game. So nice performance for him. Kaimi Fairbairn, the kicker, 1 for 2 on field goals, 2 for 2 on extra points. He missed a 58-yarder, but I'm not really going to hold that against him. That's a tough kick, and he's a solid kicker. So a fun Hall of Fame game, and like I said, just getting it started for the for the preseason, the first football game of the preseason, and it was fun just to watch the game and sit back and enjoy some football on the TV. So I can't wait to be covering the whole preseason and get the season started. We're gonna have football every week until February, so it's the best time of year in my opinion. Stay tuned all season long here on the Sports League podcast. It's gonna be a big year. If you guys are tuning into this, don't forget to subscribe and follow along all season long. I haven't announced this yet, but we're going to have some fun this year. We're going to be having weekly 2 big time guests every week of the season. We're going to have a head coach, a former NFL head coach, on the show every Thursday night throughout the season. And we're going to have a former all pro linebacker on the show every Tuesday night all season long. So Tuesday and Thursday nights, we're going to be putting out content, 2 episodes per week at least all season long. So stay tuned. It's going to be a fun season. I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys follow along and support the podcast and see, the great content that we're going to be putting out. Amanda's going to be on weekly. Pablo's going to be making some appearances. And we're going to have some other guests as well. We got some potential for some major, major guests coming up on this show. So we appreciate you guys as always. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And let us know what you think. Have a great week, guys. Peace out.